What's good? It's Twain again, here to break down the lyrics on my song Changes featuring Jay Jeminii. Let's do it.
It's been a long time coming, but I know my change gon' come.
Yeah, Changes came about. The producer of the song is Athena Nix. Her, myself, Jay Jeminii, we were all in a songwriting production trio together for a little while. And she sent that track over to us. Jay Jeminii added his vocals and sent it back. And when I heard it, I said, I think I want to keep this because I just really like the content and the weight of it. And I really wanted that represented on my album, Central Standard Time. Well, since I don't perform the chorus, why don't we just throw it to Jay Jeminii, who does?
It's been a long time coming, but I know my change gon' come.
This chorus is an interpolation of A Change Gonna Come by Sam Cooke, which ironically enough, this is my second time interpolating it, or we sampled it before, so this is my second time with this record. This song wound up being very poetic and prophetic now in these times we're in right now in the country and in the world. But it was written from the heart, especially for black people. That's the way I heard this, so I really tried to go there with my writing because that's what I was feeling in Jay's chorus. Change is gonna come for us, but this is now a universal message at this time, and I'm very proud of that. I love that Jay repeats the chorus. He says, I know my change gonna come. For a long time, I know my change. It really just goes inside of the soul and lives within us. And in this time, it can give us some peace with what we're dealing with right now, as well as it could just penetrate our subconscious and we can live with that. The consciousness getting raised. Let us get to a point where we unfazed. Daily news cycle has us in the daze as we travel through this maze, trying to see through the haze. We live in a beautiful time right now with technology and just the evolution of society where the consciousness is rising. We seeing it in generations that have come after me, the generations that came before me and mine. Like, everybody's just more informed. So I just want to talk about that. I mean, there is good and bad with all the discourse and conversations online we see daily, but it's a lot of consciousness and people becoming woke, if you will. So I just want to talk about that. Yeah, I just want us to get to a point where we unfazed by the negativity, we unfazed by some of the evilness in society and from the powers that be. You know, we connected to who we really are. We have some type of knowledge of ourselves, and if we didn't choose to be here in this, but we could live within this and make it work. So that's what I mean about us just being unfazed. I mean, daily news cycle has us in a daze. You know what that is. I mean, I really don't need to explain that, but I mean, we seeing that now with what we dealing with right now. I don't really want to say what it is and give it power, but I mean, we can't avoid the topic right now, and it's really showing you how that can distract us. As we travel through this maze, trying to see through the haze, it's a foggy time for us right now, but we're gonna have to stay focused and stay connected to what matters and what's real in our lives, and that'll get us through. It's certain we being false flag. How does that happen? When we get warmer, then we hit with a distraction. We just want a civil life, civil rights. Yeah, so false flags are real. I don't want to get too deep on my lyric breakdown about it, but I challenge you to do your own research. I will say that when things are going on, they can absolutely take our attention and we looking over here and not focusing on what we need to focus on. So yeah, that's why I say when we get warmer, then we hit with a distraction. So do some research on that. We just want a civil life, civil rights. People want to live their lives. All the people that live in this world, on this earth, we want to just live our best lives without being meddled with, especially by government and shadow government. And I think we really living in a time where our freedom and our liberty is really being fucked with, and we not as free as we like to think we are. And maybe some of our possessions or some of the stuff that we have kind of get in the way of our values, so we not seeing it. You know, I even struggle with that sometimes. I gotta stay connected to that. So that's why I put that in here to get that message across. Take it at any cost and we'll pay whatever price. We suffer socially, locally, emotionally, while trying to figure where should our devotion be? Should we take our children back? What should the motion be? Compassion for any being standing close to me. I'm just saying there that for us to have this civil life and some civil rights, we'll do whatever by any means necessary. We suffer socially, locally, emotionally. We have these social struggles on one level, you know, and then just on another level, connected as people, we struggle. I think we all kind of like in our own little cells and zones and with our little cliques and crews and family, and I don't feel like we connect enough as humans. When I say locally, I'm just saying like literally wherever you may be, you know, wherever I may be, you know, every part of the world, every hood got its own struggles, every city, every region, you know, every part of the world, and then just emotionally, everybody's dealing with stuff. We human. While trying to figure where should our devotion be, that's about our spirituality. I'm literally living long enough to see some of the attitudes change toward different religions. I mean, just for example, like just seeing like how people are responding to Christianity now and seeing how people are responding to Islam. People are making changes, or people are, no pun, people are adopting other ways and mixing it. We just live in a very interesting time from a religious and spiritual standpoint. Some people are clear what they want to do. Some people are still kind of discovering that. Some people are questioning what they always know. So that's why I talk about that just in one word. As far as black people is concerned, we spend $1 trillion a year in this economy. We definitely get the short end of the stick. And you know, $1 trillion is nothing to sneeze at, so no one can ever tell us that that amount is nothing. Maybe we might want to look at what we're doing economically if we not getting the bang for our buck. So that's what that line's about, because things definitely should be different for us since we pump so much culture and actual economy into the economy. So if we're putting real funds in there, like I said, $1 trillion, that's a real number. What should our emotion be with that? Like, well, that's our next plateau. If we do choose to do that, what does that look like? You know, I kind of just left that open. I didn't talk about that, but you know, there is some things that we could explore if we make that choice. As far as compassion for any being, I said that because that's just my prayer for myself and my hope that I could get to a space where I'll never be perfect, but I want to have compassion for anybody. And I'm getting there, you know, bit by bit, but I kind of just want to put that on wax to freeze that in time for me. Now it's there, and that's just the goal I reach for. And that's my goal for the rest of humanity too. The facts can't be shattered. Black lives don't matter. I could blame the jurors. I mean, it's all in the words. Like, the facts are, we saw over the last decade or so in the news, a lot of bad things happen to black people. There's a lot of trials, and a lot of people got found either not guilty, or the sentence was weak, or we can't even feel comfortable with the sentence. So see it daily in 4K. The people in the furor, feeling like we living underneath a furor. It's a zero-sum game. We all have to dump that. A long history of fuckery, but this president trumps that. We turn on the news every day. We got our really nice TVs, 4K TVs, and we just see a lot of angry people in this country about whatever their station is in this country, you know. And the good thing about the compassion piece, we don't have to agree or even know what it's like to get what the other side or another person is going through. So you definitely can do that for if you know what the person is going through, or you can relate to it. Feel like we living underneath a fear. I mean, you know, with this current administration, this is different. I've never saw nothing like this, and I'm not a political expert or a social expert, but I think we all could agree this is a little unorthodox. I said what I said. I stand by what I said. I feel like we live underneath a fear. It's a zero-sum game. You know, if you weren't familiar with that term, that's just every man for himself. Like, I'm straight, me and mine straight, but I ain't worried about nobody else. We have to dump that way of thinking. We gotta all look out for each other and take care of one another, so that way everybody wins, and it's just not all about you, you know. Of course you should take care of yourself and your tribe, but ideally, we gotta, for us to really move forward, we would have to dump that way of thinking. In long history of fuckery, this President Trump's that, I've never seen anything like the fuckery we experiencing right now. This is nuts. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. No one left behind. Everybody wins. Let's keep the judgment to ourselves as everybody sins. Let's not be perfect, but excellent. They hide in plain sight, but you can't see the evidence. These debates are irrelevant. Real progress that's intelligent. Let's set precedent. Yeah, like I said, nobody left behind. Everybody wins. Like, if we can get to a 9-0 something game, that's what'll happen. Let's keep the judgment to ourselves. Everybody sins. None of us are perfect. I can't judge anybody because I'm not perfect. But if I try to live as honorably as possible, I'll at least land on excellence. You know, that's a popular expression. I put that here in the song. They hide in plain sight, but you can't see the evidence. I mean, everybody's not a conspiracy theorist. Everybody's not as informed and educated as the next man, but you know, we live in a time where it's all out there for us at our fingertips. But we can go get information. We can get credible, quality information, and we could find out on our level of learning at least what's going on. These debates are relevant. Real progress that's intelligent. Let's set precedent. You know, I ended the song on my hope for the world. We can sit and argue about our social or ideological differences until we blue in the face, but I mean, there's common ground that can be found. I put the jewels in this song, in these lyrics, and if we build on that, we can set a new precedent for our society inside of whatever system we all under, you know, whether that be capitalism or whatever. It's good. This Twain, you just watched the lyric breakdown of my song Changes, featuring Jay Jeminii. Hope you listen to the words and enjoy it. 100.
How does that happen? When we get warmer, then we hit with a distraction. We just want a civil life, civil rights. Take it at any cost, and we'll pay whatever price. We suffer socially.